Hello and welcome to a very long overdue episode 39. My name is Stephanie and I'm the creator behind the Crafty Dragonfly crochet channel. Where have I been? You're probably not interested where I've been, but it's been a few months since I last filmed. I've got a new job which has taken up quite a bit of headspace for the last few months, so I feel a bit better about that now, and I feel like I've got a bit more headspace to dedicate to all things crochet. Happy New Year, by the way, everyone. I can still say it because we're only in January, so that's not too late, hopefully. We've also sadly had a tornado just after Christmas. We live near the Pennines, and unusually we had a horrendous storm. I don't want that repeating again. It was so frightening. Luckily everybody was okay. The houses weren't. We've been let off lightly with our house. We've just sustained minor damage with a broken window and some roof damage, and the fence at the front was ripped up, but as I say, everybody's okay, so that's all that matters. And here we are now, in almost at the end of January, so I'm hoping that this year is going to be slightly different to last year. I didn't film much at all, and I'm hoping that will change. I always seem to promise things on this channel. Oh, I'm going to do every week, or I'm going to do every other week, and it just doesn't work out for some reason. I'm hoping going forward that I can at least check in with you all once a month. If I get anything more done than that, then that's great, but I will try for at least once a month. And I think I've mentioned in my other videos, I'm hoping that I don't have to do any editing, because that's what takes the time. It takes a good couple of hours, if not longer, to be splicing things and putting it in the right place. So if I do anything slightly off on this video, I think I'm just going to have to leave it in. It probably is going to be a little bit of a mishmash, because I need to get used to speaking to camera again and showing things on the screen, so I'll give it a go. As I always say, if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for sticking with me and coming back, and I hope you enjoy this catch-up episode. If you're new here and you've just happened to have found me on YouTube, maybe if you go back a few videos and have a look at those first, they might be a little bit more well polished, and there's obviously 38 to go at, so you might want to have a look at those first. But if not, I hope you enjoy it too, and we'll just get on with it. So I'm going to start with some finished objects. There's not that many actually, one of which isn't even here because it's been gifted, but I will still talk about it. If you follow me on Instagram, I am quite active on there, so you will see the finished object on there, and I've talked about it quite a bit. I've got a couple of new projects to show you, which I'm very excited about. And that's it, I think, really. So if you haven't already got yourself a drink, warm or cold, and a project to work on whilst I am waffling on in the background, go and get that now, and let's get started. So first of all, as I say, we'll start with the finished objects. This is a little finished object. I can probably get him on camera. This is a mini snowman, and it's by Toft, and I got this kit for Christmas. I had quite a heavy Toft Christmas this year. Yeah, a mini snowman. You get a little discovery box, it's called. I'll show you that in a minute, where you get all the yarn and the written pattern. and then you get a nice little box to go with it, which is currently sat on my desk. So yeah, it's not difficult to make. If you've done any of Kerry's patterns, they are really quite straightforward, and I think he's just quite cute. So I will show you if I can reach across. Excuse me. This is the box it came in. It's a Toft Discovery box, and it's quite hard cardboard, and then you get all the yarn and, as I say, the written pattern in it. They're a really good buy. You can make three of those mini snowmen, so that's what I'll get round to doing. But I've kept him out on our shelf in the lounge, because if you've followed me before, you know that once I've made little toys like this, I find it very hard to put them away. I have, however, put away the Advent I did with Toft last year, but I'll talk more about that shortly. The next finished object is, this is blown up on my Instagram. I can understand why, because it's lovely. It's just not my pattern. This is the Winter Cottages cushion, and it's by Kate Eastwood, Just Pootling. You'll have heard me talk about her before on this channel. I've made quite a few things of Kate's now, and it's just got an envelope back, which I've yet to put a button on where my finger is, but it needs a little button. I didn't have an insert for this, so I made one. I just had some linen, which you can probably see there, and I just cut it to size and stuffed it with toy stuffing, and it works perfectly. So this is a paid for pattern by Kate. I did actually, you'll be really proud, I used stash. I didn't go off and buy anything. This is WI Soft and Smooth Aran Tweed by Hobbycraft. The same with that's WI, that's in cream. And these cottages are cotton. Now, I can't tell you which cotton. It might be Yarn and Colours or something similar to that, but it was in my stash and it's been there for a long time. So I've just used the cotton as Kate recommends in the pattern, because it stands out a little bit more. But yeah, this has been very popular, let's say, and it's still out, and it will probably remain out for the rest of the year, because I like it. And I just think if you've spent many an hour making something, why not keep it out? That's my motto. So that's what I'm going to stick with. Just having a quick slurp of tea. And I'm also looking at my notes across there, so I don't forget anything. The next one is, next finish object is the Mayan blanket. Now, as I said, if you follow me on Instagram, I have put it on there. I've posted about it a few times. I think I probably talked about it in the last video. In fact, I know I would have done, and shown you one of the finished squares. Anyway, I got it finished in time for Christmas, and I gifted it to my lovely mum. Hi mum, if you're watching. And it was well received and she loves it. So I will probably not be able to, I didn't take a photo of the finished blanket, but if I can remember, I'll pop up a picture of it, of the square, of the completed square for you. And then you can see it in, and what I did I do 9 squares or 12? Can't remember. Can't remember how many squares I did, but it was a decent size anyway. It was a really, really good size, and then I just washed it and blocked it, and it came out really well. I used Stylecraft Special DK, and that always washes really well anyway, and it makes it go really, really soft when you've washed it, so that was nice. So yeah, so that was lovely to gift that to my mum. Last finished objects, I will say plural, I'm just going to move things about, are, now I have put these away as I said because they are really Christmassy. I got this gift box. They're about £3 off the Toft website, and they are quite sturdy actually, and they have like a ribbon fastening at the front. So what I've done is I've kept in this box what I made for Advent. I did have the Toft Advent this year for the very first time as a treat, and to see what we did each day. It came in a lovely big sack, which I've not got to hand, but if you have a look on Toft or on my Instagram, it shows you the big sack it came in. Everything was in little boxes like an Advent, and then each day you opened, like day 1, day 2, etc. And Kerry then put up a video to help you with any special techniques or anything like that. And then by day 24 everything was made. I did post about it quite a lot on Instagram, so I'll just very quickly show you. I know it's not Christmas. It was based on the Nutcracker, which was lovely. So that's the first one, the Nutcracker King. Hopefully he's not too squished because he's been in a box with his little staff. So this is what you did. You made little body parts each day. Some look really strange, but by the end of it, all the finishing touches were put together, you know, all the little chains for the hat, and it was really, really fun to do. I really did enjoy it. That's the ballerina, the Nutcracker ballerina, whoops, with a little ribbon feet and a tulle skirt, and with little beads. Now that's something I've never done before, so that was nice to try something new. She's even got them here in her hat. Well, it's not a hat, is it? But even managed to do her hair with a little bun. So that was cute. And then last but by no means least was the mouse. The Mouse King, actually. I think I got the characters wrong. I can't remember them. This is the Mouse King with his little crown and his sword. I'm sure you're probably all familiar with the story anyway. And his little feet. So yeah, I enjoyed that. I did enjoy it. And they stayed out on a shelf rather than on the Christmas tree. But yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. I'm saying a lot and so I'm sorry. Okay, moving on swiftly. I hope you're all well anyway, and you let me know what you're working on. It's always nice to hear from you. And yeah, it's very grey outside today. It does seem to be brightening up a bit. I'm going off on a tangent now. It's quite dark. I'm finding it really difficult to take photographs of things to post on Instagram. Everybody's saying the same thing. January, people tend to not like January very much. They say it's a bit of a flat month and it's after Christmas, and you know, everybody's hoping for nice warm weather, you know, come spring. But I don't mind January because my birthday is in January. So I always tend to defend it and say, but it's my birthday. So, yeah, Right, we are on works in progress. I will show you this is the Sholach blanket. This is by Abby from getyerhookon. I'll leave I forgot to say that for anybody new, in the description below the video. If there's anything I can link to, I will, so that it makes it easier for you to just go straight to that person, their Instagram account or website or whatever. So I will link it. This is, as I say, the Sholach blanket. If you follow me on Instagram, I have posted a couple of pictures on there. It's a paid for pattern. It's worked in overlay mosaic crochet. Oops, let me just get to the bottom of it for you, if I can. Ooh, almost at the bottom. So overlay mosaic crochet. It's going to be a big blanket. It's heavy already, and we're not even close to finishing, or I'm not even close to finishing, should I say. But I really like the colours. This is, I'm going to forget the name of the base colour. This colour is parchment, and it's Stylecraft Special Aran. Yeah, so it's an Aran weight blanket, worsted weight if you're not in the UK. And then the colour yarn is downstairs. The ball band. Is it Jewel? No, it's not, because that's the next one. I think it might be King Cole in Forest. Best thing for me to do is to put it on the screen. I'll write the name of it on the screen. But so it's that colour. The colours are just random. They come out, you know, whichever way. There's no rhyme or reason for them. But they are lovely. These, I'll show you the back. This is what I like about overlay crochet, because the back looks really nice. Can you see? You can all. That was handy. My battery ran out, so I was able to go and grab the yarn that I was talking about. So it's King Cole Riot in, so you can see all the different colours. It's perfect for doing this blanket. This is, can't find it now. Oh yes I can. Foliage 1689 shade. So it's called Foliage. Now this is 100 grams. It's a DK weight. So I am holding 2 strands of this together to make it the same as the Aran weight. So I'll just show it you one more time. I was showing you the back, wasn't I, before it's so rudely cut out. That's the back anyway. Can you see it? It's very neat on the back, which is nice. And I'll show you the front again, because it's just so lovely. And that's the front. So I can't talk about it too much because it's a paid for pattern. But if you've ever done overlay, or if you haven't done overlay mosaic crochet before, I've done it once when I did, and actually this wasn't overlay, was it? Because you went back and forth on that one. This is a really old pattern that I've talked about in a previous video, but it is Mosaic crochet. But with this one, I can tell you what's good about it. Can you see all these tassels at the end? Good or bad, it depends what you think about it. But with this, you work one row and then you fasten off, and then you go back to the beginning and you work the next row, fasten off, so on and so on. Then that gives you that lovely fringe effect. That's how I'm looking at it, because when you finish the blanket you can put a border on. But I'm quite liking these. Obviously not this long, they're a bit too long at the moment. Can you see? And they're all different lengths. So what I might do, first of all, before I attempt the border, because the border is then supposed to enclose all this fringing so that you don't have to be weaving in ends and things like that. But what I might do is I might cut it all to a decent length and then see what I think of it, and maybe add some extra ones in to make it a bit thicker, the fringing. Yeah, I might give that a go. But either way, it's lovely, absolutely lovely. And if you buy Abby's pattern, you get a couple of freebies that will fit into, or you can get a couple of freebies anyway, I think, that fit into this Sholach pattern. Now those are a cabin, little cabin, and the other one is a stag, which is lovely. So I might, because I'm coming to the end now, I think there's 6 patterns altogether. This is the 6th one here. So I might actually, in the middle, put a row of lodges, little houses, lodges, whatever you want to call them. So I might do that, and then start the pattern repeat again, and then it should be finished then, and it'll be huge, but it'll be lovely. So yeah, I'm getting on nicely with that. This is something as well that you can do sat in front of the TV in the evening. You just have to obviously keep referring to, excuse me, to the pattern chart. But once you get it, the first repeat of it, it's very easy to just keep going. And, obviously you have to keep an eye on it, but I wouldn't say it's difficult at all to repeat. Abby's patterns are great for that. So that's that one. So I'll keep you updated with that one. So next time I come on, hopefully I'll have got a bit more done for that. The next one is, I've shown this before. I haven't made much progress on this one, to be honest. This is just my Scrappy blanket. This is an attempt, I think I've mentioned this to you before. I think I have. It's an attempt at using up some of my stash. As you all know, I've got quite a bit, and I'm sure everybody else has got stash, but this is my attempt to try and use it up as best I can. So I'm just making a huge granny square. It's not that big at the moment because you can see the bottom, and there's no what's the word? Can't think of my words today. There's no, I'm not thinking about the colour order really. I'm just, once I've finished it, I just think, oh, what will look nice now, but there's not much thought going into it, is what I'm trying to tell you. So I'm just picking up some wool and just working a couple of rounds on it, and then I'll just stop when it gets big enough and I think that'll do, and then I can either gift it or keep it or whatever. So that's just my version of a Scrappy blanket. So there's not really much to talk about that because it's not a pattern, it's just, we all know how to do granny squares, don't we? So I'm just using the good old granny square stitch. So that's that one. And last but by no means least, and I've saved the best till last, is, if you follow me on Instagram, I have posted about this. I bought this book for my birthday. Did I mention that? With some of my birthday money from family, I was waiting for this book, and it's called The Cove. And guess who it's by? Shelley Husband, Spin Cushions. Shelley is my all-time favourite designer. Absolutely, hands down, she is the one for me. I could talk about Shelley's books. I've got all of them. I could talk about them forever and bore you all to death, because, you know, you might not want to hear about books, but I wouldn't bore you about Shelley's patterns, that's for sure. So this one is, you can buy it in book format, or you can buy it in digital format. The book is quite expensive. It was £35.99 from that big online store that we all tend to use. I don't know whether I can mention it. But because when it comes to my birthday, and if I get birthday money, which invariably I do, I always like to buy something that is special. And I just don't want to fritter it away. So I didn't particularly want to buy more yarn, for obvious reasons. But I knew that it was something I really, really wanted. It wasn't due out until January anyway. So I thought, that's perfect. I'll wait and I'll put my money together and I'll buy it, and that's what I've done. The reason I think why, well, there's no reasoning why it's expensive, or why it's a bit more than what I've paid before for Shelley's books, is because you get access to the digital pattern as well, or the digital version of the book. So you're getting two things in one. I think that's why she's done it that way. But this, as you know, I enjoyed the Nimue crochet pattern, which I talked about in previous videos, and I've shown that. And I got the book for that as well. So I just love her style of books. I never ever thought I would be able to make that Nimue blanket. It looks so detailed and intricate, but I managed it, and that's because of Shelley. She is a wonderful, wonderful pattern writer and designer, and she holds your hand along the way, every step of the way if you want it. She doesn't leave anything out. She puts photographs in. I can show you as I'm waffling on. She puts close-up photographs in of where she wants you to put your hook, or what stitches. She does UK and US books. She does some stunning. She has a really nice photographer that does some stunning photographs. Obviously, you can see the front here. And in this particular book, there is she's put QR codes in, so that links you straight to the pattern, or to the help, to the video if you get stuck. But her photographs are just so clear. And she does encourage you to try using the pattern, the written pattern. You know, trying to go through it yourself. Then if you're not sure, you can look at the step-by-step photographs, and then if you're really stuck, then you can go to the video, and all that's up close, obviously. I can't recommend her patterns enough. She's just wonderful. And this book in particular gives you, at the end, you have once you've done the main Cove, because she's done like a guidebook as well. So the pattern is that you can take the scenic route where she takes you on a bit of a journey. It's like the Nimue, that was a similar thing, and I love things like that. I think they're just amazing. Just have a look at her Instagram account, and you know, as I say, she's wonderful. So without further ado, I'll show you what I have, or where I've got up to. Now, the yarn I'm using for this, I did actually buy some. Did I buy? Yes, I did. And I'm on a yarn ban. Self-imposed yarn ban. I bought that. 2 of these. Serdar Jewel Spun. This is Golden Feldspar. Feldspar. I thought that was very Cove, beachy, you know, that kind of vibe. It's an Aran weight, 200-gram ball. Very reasonable. That's the Feldspar one. Excuse me. This one that I'm currently using, I can't remember what it's called. I have posted about it. I'll just put it up there while I look very quickly. Oops, there it is. This is Sandstone Sunset, this one. So the first part of the pattern is called, the first few rounds, Coastal Sunrise, which is this bit in the middle. And that's what came off this straight away. So that's why I've chosen to use this one first. I'll need to try and think it out. So I think that suits the Coastal Sunrise quite well. Then I've gone on to do Cream, which is WI Soft and Smooth Cream Aran. They come in, sorry, I'm in a lot. They come in 400-gram balls. I've talked about that before, WI, it's lovely. So I did the next round, which is called Ripples. Reef Ripples is the next one. So that's what I'm on now. And I've gone back to Sandstone Sunset. So I'm just going to work, oops, I'm all tangled up now. That's the back. Excuse me. I'm just going to work a few more, probably the rest of the Reef Ripples, I think, in this colour, in the sandstone. And then the next part is Seashells, I think. Yeah, the next part is Seashells. So I might go off and go back to the Cream, or I might carry on with this. We'll see. I hope I'm holding it up alright for you to see. It's a little bit, it's not flat. Well, Shelley's patterns generally aren't, because they are quite, you know, 3D. Can you see? Oops. But, as I say, that I am really, really looking forward to this. It's blowing out a bit, actually. You can see it on the screen. Yeah. But I'm really looking forward to continuing with it, and look at the colour there that's coming up next. This here, that's really, really beachy, isn't it? Really beachy. And in fact, I might use that for the seashells, because you do get those colours, don't you? On the on the beach. So I might just continue with this for now, and then just bring in little bits of cream as I'm going along, just to break it up a bit. But yeah, so I'm just loving it, absolutely loving it. And as I say, that's in Aran weight as well. So I'm really impressed with this. I've never used it before, Sirdar dual spun. Never used it before. A few people have said on Instagram that they've made garments with it and they've absolutely loved it. And it's soft as well, really soft and squishy. So I'm enjoying it. It's great. And I think that's it. So apart from saying and sew a lot, which I tend to do anyway, I think I've finished. Don't know how long I've waffled on at you for. I hope you've got something worked on that you've been wanting to sit down and have half an hour with. Again, I think that's it. I think I won't waffle on anymore because some of you may have fallen asleep, who knows. As I said at the beginning, I will try and catch up with you all once a month, even if I've just done a little bit. I'm hoping the Cove blanket, I'll have done quite a lot more on that, so I'll be able to talk more about that next time. If there's anything you want to ask me about that I've not covered enough for you, feel free to mention it in the comments below. I'm happy to help where I can or point you in the right direction if there's something I've missed out. And I think I don't need to waffle on anymore. We are going away in our camper van at Easter. March, April time. We're going up to Scotland, our favourite place. We're going to Aviemore in the Cairngorms. We've been there before. And for the first time we're going over to the Isle of Mull on the west coast. I'll be taking the Cove blanket with me. That was the plan, because I won't have finished it, but obviously it'll be a lot bigger by then, I'm hoping. It's not that many weeks away, to be honest. And I'm hoping to get some really, really good photos of it on the beaches there at Mull, because from what we've seen, the beaches are just something else. The white sand, turquoise water, they just look stunning, and there's hardly anybody on them, which is brilliant, especially if I'm wanting to take some pictures. So I'm hoping I'll get that done and I will try and check in with you next month in February at some point, and then obviously in the March time we'll be going away, so it might be April before I can come back on again to show you, but we'll see. I don't want to promise anything and then me not deliver it, because I've done that before in the past, and I don't want to do that really. That's it. I'm shutting up now. I hope you're all well, as I've said. If you've enjoyed the video and you're new and you just think I'd like to follow along a bit more, or I'd like to be notified of when she next puts a video up, if you click the subscribe button, it's free, then YouTube will notify you when I next put a video together. Thank you very much everybody for watching, and I'll see you all next time.